welcome. My name is Meg. This is Bachelorette Talks. Today we are discussing Hannah's season, the episode in Scotland. Man, what another kind of annoying episode this was, with so much time just focused on drama. But I mean, what's The Bachelor, Bachelorette without drama? I say this every week. So last week we left off with a cliffhanger. I was really hoping this wouldn't be a pattern, so hopefully after this episode we can get back on a normal schedule. I don't know about you guys, but it just bothers me so much if we get the start of an episode and it doesn't end, if there's supposed to be some kind of elimination, if we don't get that elimination. The challenge does this all the time. I don't know if any of you watch the challenge, but midway throughout the season, they start ending the episodes with cliffhangers, and then you start the episode with the elimination. And I just want to see the entire episode through. I don't like these cliffhangers. I don't like starting off at pidge-posh, I don't even know if that's the right word, spots in the episode. So we leave Hannah getting frustrated with the men, with the two Lukes, rightfully so. So we kind of have this Luke showdown that is going on. So she brings the both of them into a room and makes them talk to each other. And the whole time this is going on, she is such a mood, because I'm pretty sure that's how we all felt about it too. It was just ridiculous to a point where they're just arguing back and forth about they're just talking themselves in circles, not really saying anything productive. So Hannah just gets up and leaves, and it's just I'm done with this. I'm so over this. Also, at the cocktail party, Dustin says that he is so sick of this drama, and it's I feel you, Dustin. I feel we're all sick of it too. She calls the cocktail party or cocktail hour short to get right into elimination. So a bunch of men at this point are just panicking because they're oh my god, I didn't get my time in. So in a shocking turn of events, Luke S goes, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And you can tell Hannah is just so pissed and annoyed that she almost said no. I just sometimes I just want them to say no just to see what happens. But anyway, she agrees to talk to him, and he basically says, it's the same thing that happened last season. You need to be careful, and you need to keep your eyes and ears out, saying along the same message that Colton kept getting last season. And he sends himself home, and it was the most awkward ending. I thought he was just giving her a speech just to be annoying before she picks, to be don't pick him. I didn't see him walking away and leaving the show. Did you guys see him walking away at this point and being done? Because I thought he was just trying to get a word in edgewise to save himself, to make sure he wasn't eliminated. But yeah, just the opposite of that happened. Chris Harrison comes in and picks a rose up. So that's the tea. That right there shows that Luke S would have stayed if he didn't eliminate himself. So he wasn't going to be going home, so they had to take away a rose so the right amount of people could still be eliminated. At this point, I think we all knew that Luke P's name was going to get called last. Just classic move with that. Those who stayed, we have Peter, Connor, Tyler, which I think says a lot. Those are the three top runners in Hannah's mind right now. And I have to say, I agree, girl. Then we have Garrett, Dylan, Dustin, Mike, Kevin, Devin, Grant, Luke, shocker, and going home was John Paul Jones and Mateo. So we'll see. I have a feeling they're going to bring John Paul Jones into Paradise. I don't know. He didn't excite me much. Did you guys? What did you guys think of the two that went home? Were you fans of them? Did you like them? Were you disappointed in the choice? Let me know. Let's get a discussion going. And while we're in the middle of this, I just want to send out a quick reminder. This is a spoil-free zone, so if you know who wins, if you know who makes it to the final two, if you know who makes it to hometowns, please keep that out of the comment section. If I see it, I'll delete your comment. But if you have any tea about contestants, feel free to spill that down below. I don't actively seek out gossip about the show. If I happen to see something on my Twitter feed, then I'll talk about it. But I know a lot of you out there are investigators, so if you know anything at all about anything else in regards to the show, leave it down below so we can discuss it in next week's episode. So now we finally get out of the country, and it's time for international travel, as they are going to Scotland, which I think is a really cool choice. I felt like there was so much more they could have like seen there. Maybe they'll still like, I don't know, I feel like they're gonna go somewhere else next week, but anyways. So they're all in a pub, and then she calls Mike out and says, hey, do you wanna go spend some alone time with me? So Mike gets the one-on-one, and it was just so cute, like seeing him open up out of his shell. Mike, I feel like, has two very different like personalities. I feel like in the house, he's very like almost cynical. Especially in regards to Luke. So we kind of seen like this cynical side of him, almost like I'm so annoyed I'm not here for this bullshit kind of side of him. But then we see him alone with Hannah, and he is just like a little butterfly, just blooming and beautiful. So I really like seeing this side of him. I think he was really enjoying himself. I honestly think that Mike might get the heartbreak story of the season, because I think it's really wonderful that he's opening up, and he made it very clear that he's opening himself up to Hannah and he doesn't want to get hurt. But I just don't see them being a right fit together. I think that with the right person, with Mike, it would be amazing. I don't see him making it to the end. What are your thoughts? My thoughts is that he's going to make it pretty far, like a little bit past the halfway point. Probably maybe right around hometowns is when he may get his send-off to go home. But I really hope that they bring him onto Paradise and that he's able to have a really great connection with somebody there. I just really enjoyed watching their date. It was so cute, and I love that they ate intestines and didn't know it. And it's so funny because they're like, oh my god, this is actually good, and then they find out it's intestines and they're just like, ew. Would you eat that? Let me know. But yes, it was just really nice and refreshing to see Mike kind of live his best life on this date. I was all for it. Now we have the group date, and to be honest, this is where I zone out just a little bit, because they're doing like their typical like competition that they do every season. Like on Becca's season, they had the thing with the lumberjacks, and this time they had them in the kilts. So I'm not overly entertained by that. What did you guys think of the group date? Yeah, so the interesting parts for me happened after the competition, where she was having her alone time. And oh wowee, was she getting it on with Jed, and I died when Kevin like was walking up the stairs and just sees Hannah like on top of Jed, like just attacking his face. And I can't believe he stood there for as long as he did. Oh my god, can you imagine like if she stopped and like saw him like just staring at them? Like that would be so much more awkward. So I think it's a good thing that he went back downstairs and was like unseen, but like, oh my god. And then he had the balls to say something to Jed. It was like, yeah, you two are really going at it. So that wasn't the end of that, because then she goes and talks with Peter, and next thing we know, they're both on top of a pool table having another hot and heavy makeout session. So I think it's safe to say that those two, she is feeling the biggest connection with. Yeah. You go, Hannah. I'm so proud of you. You get it, girl. Of course, she has alone time with other guys, but it's not gonna top the makeout sessions with Peter and Jed. And apparently, Jed had the best makeout session because he's the one who got the rose. Now comes to be about one of the most awkward one-on-one dates ever with Luke, and all I put in my notes was oof. What a struggle bus. At this point, I think we're all a little bit confused as to like what Hannah like fully sees in him, or like what is keeping her drawn to him, because she like, I just feel bad for her, because like I understand at the in the position that she's in, you know, she wants to give everybody a fair chance. She doesn't want to miss out on something, but at the same time, if you're struggling this hard to connect with somebody and they're not getting it, it's just like, not good, girl. Like you need to like cut it off and like let it go. But at the same time, I'm sitting there like, I know she's gonna give him a rose because we see him in all these promos that go like further into the show. So what's happening? I don't know about you guys, but to me, it seemed pretty clear like she was ready to give him the boot. And we get another classic cliffhanger with her, you know, I really don't want to give you this rose today, and then she picks it up. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like we are not seeing the last of Luke P. I feel like if he was really going home, they just would have shown that in the episode. I think she's gonna give him another chance and give him the rose. However, with the preview that we see, it looks like he's gonna have a redemption. So either he gets the boot and comes back and Hannah gives him another chance, or she just says, I really shouldn't be giving you this rose, but I'm going to anyway. But you're not getting another chance after this. So which do you think it is? Which way do you think Hannah's gonna go? Do you think he's gonna get the rose? Or do you think he's gonna creep his way back into the competition? Because we have seen them having hot and heavy makeout sessions in tropical locations, which means, in my opinion, the tropical locations are always towards the end of the season. So anyway, that is gonna wrap it up for this week's Bachelorette Talks. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this episode in the comments down below. Do you have any predictions for what is gonna happen next week? Fingers crossed that we are back onto a regular schedule and we get, you know, the 2 eliminations in the next episode. I mean, it's only 2 hours long, you know, they have the time to get it together. So hopefully we're back on track next week. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Bachelor Talks typically goes up on my channel every single Wednesday, sometimes Thursdays if life gets in the way. I'm typically a beauty channel otherwise, so be sure to check out my other videos if that interests you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.